and welcome back to Date with the Divas. We try and bring you quality and engaging content regarding hot topics, our favorite celebrities, fashion, and everything under the sun. And remember, everything in our videos are alleged. And they're presented in the most biased and opinionated way. Only way the divas know how to do stuff. Uh, we want you, our
Especially
little,
one of us who ain't here.
right? We want you to jump down in those comments and share your opinions, please, please, please. If you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button and like our videos. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And there you go. So now you're
Wait. You forgot because why?
She said it was an oldie.
No, the divas are what, Antrese?
Oh my gosh.
Still can't get it.
You know what? Forget it. Just,
We'll just keep
it to me.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Just keep it
All
moving.
right. Entourage, you already know the divas are a sure thing.
A sure thing.
Oh, a sure
You
thing.
know that.
Of course.
Clearly. Everyone except Antrese.
She keeps throwing it to me, though.
Because
you're the only one that can't get it.
It's a pop quiz.
Fail. Family Feud.
Entourage, come on, grab your beverage of choice. Let the shenanigans, well, we kind of started already, so it is what it is. Ms. Marnita, hook us up, please.
All right, y'all. Here we love talking about messy marriages, messy divorces. We love talking about who owes who money. So let's get into the latest celebrity divorce drama. Jurnee Smollett. She's an actress. You may know her from Eve's Bayou. She was in Lovecraft Country. She's also been acting since she was a child. Her first big role, or I would say that I remember her from, was Full House. Then she and her brothers and sisters went on and had their own show on the ABC Friday night lineup called On Our Own. So she's been out here working since she was about 3 or 5. And in that time, she's been collecting a pension. Now, in 2010, Jurnee married Josiah Bell. They married in 2010. They were married they were together, married from 2010 to 2019. They split up in 2019. Their divorce was finalized in 2021. Now, according to Essence, Smollett has paid Bell nearly $1 million, in divorce settlements. He also receives $7,000 a month in child support and alimony. They have one child. Recently, Bell, that's the gentleman. He filed for half of Jurnee's retirement pension. The documents that he filed seem to imply that he feels like this falls under the California community property law, stating that loosely, I'm not a lawyer or anything, stating loosely that everything earned by one party in the marriage is split 50-50 while you're married. But as I mentioned, mama been working since she was 3, since she was 5. So divas, I want to know, do you think that he is entitled to half of her retirement money?
Can I ask a question?
This.
Yeah.
Who got custody of the baby?
I wasn't clear on that. And let me, this is a great time to cite my source. My source is blacknews.com. I assume he has custody because he's getting child support.
Okay.
But yeah, there wasn't, they didn't go into depth about
right,
that.
because I when I read that they have shared custody, but it made it seem like the physical presence of the child was in his
yeah.
Because she got to work and pay that $7,000 a month.
Right.
Thank you.
She got to be on set.
So he has physical custody of the.
We're assuming that he has physical custody, but they might have a joint custody situation.
I thought in joint custody there was no child support.
Depends on the
The-
percentage
That's
that
true.
each parent has
Mm.
with the minor children.
Yeah.
So if it's 50-50, then technically, you
Yeah, why
wouldn't
would one
give tithe.
person be paying?
Right.
Well, one person would be paying if there's an uneven.
No, I'm saying if
Income.
it's
70-30.
50-50. Why would one person be paying?
That's what I'm trying to explain. It's that because one person makes more than
More
the
than the
other,
other.
so they try to kind of level out the living situation for the children so that whether they're with the more financially secured parent or not, they kind of have somewhat of the same type of
Living
lifestyle.
arrangement.
Yeah.
Is with this. I guess first off, she didn't sign no damn prenup. Excuse my French. I'm sorry.
I'm
I
with you on
noticed that women tend to do that. Men always ask for these prenups, but all these entertaining women who seem to go into these marriages with these men do not ask for no prenup, which you see it a lot. So, hey, shame on her, especially because she earned
It's
all
because
that
their
money as a
relationship
child.
was based on their friendship, a deep.
Right. They
I
were
don't
friends
care.
first.
Money's
Friendship.
money. I don't care. I don't care if we were in diapers together and our parents are best friends. We grew up. Prenup. What I earned before you is not community property. My other question, I guess what I'm wondering, because when you go, I'm divorced. When you go through the divorce proceeds, you have to put in all your assets and you have to sign off on that. So I'm wondering why at that time the retirement information was not resolved through the divorce. And now how is he coming back and filing? And I'm not an attorney, so I don't know all the laws, but that seems odd because that was one of the things I had to disclose all of my income, my retirement, everything under disclosures. And when we went through it, he either A, said, yes, he was accepting that, or he was going after whatever before we could get divorced. So it seems odd that that wasn't disclosed. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how their divorce was, but shame on her.
And my next question, and I thought and again, I'm unsure. I thought it had to do, isn't it aren't you I think do retirement if you've married for over 10 years? Isn't there some sort of time frame, or does it matter? I don't know. I'm just asking.
From state to state.
I don't think it does in California, but I don't know. I think once you're in it, it may become community property.
Okay.
I believe that in California, if you are married for more than 10 years, the spousal support can go indefinitely. Before the 10-year mark, it's half the length of the marriage.
The marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because that's what I know 10 years was like
I knew 10 years was something.
In the military, you get half of everything. Doesn't matter. You get half.
Yeah, because I think that was the joke, with the celebrities, why they always end up divorcing.
Get at 10.
10 years.
Yeah.
They was like, 9 years, time to go.
Let's start these proceedings.
So ladies, with all that we know, I know there's a lot of holes that we don't know. What do we think in our gut? What do we think about this man coming after this woman's retirement money? I'm sorry, I'm framing it biasly.
I just think I think it's very sad, and just like Marilyn said, it's why didn't you have this this paperwork kind of designed? But I just find it very sad that when there's apparently have known each other for such a long time, and I understand that, I guess when you get into this life, you want to maintain a certain lifestyle, and I get it, but I'm just when does it become, what's the word? And I can't think of it in English, but
enough is enough.
When enough is enough, when you become, what's the sin when you become greedy?
Greedy.
But yeah, greedy. But I know there's another term for it. And I couldn't think of it in English.
Are you calling him greedy?
I think he's kind of being a little excessive and greedy to a certain degree when
he has no source of income.
And that's true.
That's not her fault.
But what is
this is Tyler Perry's fault, if you want to know the truth. Okay.
I thought about that too. Married the man.
So let me tell you about Tyler Perry trying to convince Black women if he can pay the light bill, good enough. This is what happens when you let that ninja move into your home and pay the light bill. Then when it's time to put his ass out, he wants half of everything you have. This is a cautionary tale. Tyler Perry was on some bullshit. We need to stop dating down. We need to stop marrying down because these men will come for everything that you have.
So then.
But that goes both ways.
Right.
We're not talking about the other way. We're talking about moving
Yes,
in and
we're talking
paying the
about
light
this
bill.
way.
Dang, this is what we're talking about, right? But I mean,
ridiculous.
Don't
let that desperation get a chokehold on you. Be patient and find a man at your level. I know she's Jurnee. I know the next man is going to be at her level because she has learned her expensive lesson.
It could have not been expensive if she would have taken care of the stuff in the beginning.
Well, that part.
I mean, I'm just thinking if she would have set the stuff up, knowing you're married in California and how California laws are, and I mean, set herself up right, she would not be in this position. She could have had all that outlined.
Which makes me wonder because probably because what you guys said, you was in La La Love. And he was my best friend, and I don't think he was going to do anything. But you was in the business since the year of the flood.
Protected.
You know what
Somebody should have told you when you got of age.
Yes.
Hey, people gonna be coming for you. You got to protect yourself.
But when we fall in love, nobody can tell us anything.
Send your money to an offshore bank account.
That's why I say, ladies, don't even date down, because once you fall, it's a wrap.
I just think they just had some wrong people, because I'm just telling you, if you are about your finance and your business, look, that's love and business is business. There's no way at this day and age that I would marry somebody without a prenup, regardless.
Does anybody know anything?
The same thing.
Does anybody know anything about him? Like, who is he?
No,
like, he's a musician. From doing the pictures for this, I saw him. He's a recording artist.
Oh.
He must not be very good.
He should have been working them connections while they was married. He should have been like, let me get on that movie soundtrack. Let me talk to this producer. You work your connections while you married. Like, there's plenty of ways for you to make money now, bro. You should be on the podcast, Real House Husbands, something.
Real House
Husbands. It's a way for you.
How long have they been divorced?
They finalized their divorce in 2021.
I'm wondering, because they weren't married that long, right? I'm wondering if his alimony is about to expire. Like you said, Michelle has said, is that half of the length of their marriage, and if that's coming up, and now he's going to be broke.
That's what, because you said 9 years, and isn't it the 10 years when they got to start paying for perpetuity?
They were together. The story said they were married from 2010 to 2019, but then it said divorce was finalized in 2021. So I don't know.
So they
go from
the
when
10
it was
years
finalized.
No, it's the date of the separation.
Initiated. They separated.
Maybe he knows that the money's gonna dry.
It is gonna run out 4.5 years, 5 years. He's only gonna get alimony for if that's the case. If it's half of it, he'll always get the child support until the child's grown. So he's gonna get half of that 7's gonna go down.
Now, there's 2 separated women on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
So when you see this as an example,
the cutoff is when you file for divorce.
Yes.
It's not when it's finalized.
Not separated, not living in 2 separate homes, because both of these women are living in separate homes from their husbands. But once you file, that's when your finances get separated from your mates. So they were like encouraging one of the wives, you need to file.
Okay.
What were you going to
say?
I'm just saying. I'm just
telling you what the rich white women said. I don't know.
Okay. But I'm telling you, it's a date of physical separation, right? That's why when you read, or when they read, divorce papers of the rich and famous, and they're like, oh, it says the date of separation is blah, blah, blah. It may have been 2 months before or whatever, because they do this strategically.
Can't couples disagree on what the date of separation was?
Yes, they can disagree. And that's part of the litigation to prove up
Probably why
what.
they're being encouraged to file like that. That makes it clear.
But sometimes, you have people who
Mhm.
file, but they're still living in the same household and still
'Cause they can't
sharing
get
the
out.
But I
same,
think that
so
counts
they
though.
haven't disentangled themselves.
Okay, so maybe that's why they're filing, so that even if they're in the house, they
Right.
file
It's
it so then at
clear
least
that
they
we're
have
no
a date
longer
still.
together. Yeah.
Maybe. But then for them, going back to Jurnee, then they didn't the separation is still past the 10 years though, right?
The separation, according to the story, was 2019.
Yeah, so that's
So
9 years.
yeah, so if they're
But who
going by
knows?
that,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
maybe his money is trying to dry up. I mean, I always say with this kind of stuff, when you coming back, like somebody done been in his ear and told him something,
Mhm.
maybe his money is drying up, or somebody done been in his ear, oh, you entitled to that money. I'm like, dude, you a man, stand on your own 2 feet. Like, you up here asking for this woman's money for, especially since she made it before she
Oh,
even knew you.
gross.
Like,
Like,
come
what's he
on,
gonna
just
tell his daughter? Ugh.
yeah. So, that's my feelings on that. Anything else to add to that one?
Stop dating
This
down, ladies.
He said, I straight up
words
blanked
of
our
wisdom
forever.
from a
There,
diva.
I didn't know where she was going
I
with that,
didn't
but
Like,
know. I
great
was like,
timing.
She's
dang,
saying don't
okay.
date down. I'm saying stop. Make sure you get you a prenup, regardless of make sure
yes,
you got your things taken care of.
both of
Don't
them.
even bother with them. Let them go.
Don't marry him.
Let them find their level. Shit.
All
Because
right.
my grandfather used to say, a man who has nothing to lose will cause you to lose everything.
Ooh, a word.
Because man can't take it when you're outdoing him. It's just gonna
Mhm.
seep in.
Ooh, that's another topic.
So leave that alone. Leave that alone, ladies.
Okay. That was a word. All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next topic. I know we've talked about this before a couple of times, but she's back in the news. It's time to help Wendy, y'all. Help Wendy. So, my sources for this story are Hollywood Unlocked, The Breakfast Club, and the Jasmine brand. So, on Monday morning, March 10th, Wendy Williams reportedly dropped a handwritten note from the living facility that she was out at that said, "Help Wendy." I did not know there was a picture of the note out there. So, she
That looks AI generated.
what, her face?
Yeah, look at it.
No, there was pictures of her.
That's
Yeah,
just
that's her at the window.
that's just that face. Some people get that face after a while.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, she reportedly dropped this handwritten note that said "Help Wendy." She also later admitted on the Breakfast Club that she called the police, saying that she was being held prisoner. She's in a living facility, and she said that it's like a luxury prison, basically. So a woman named when Wendy called the police, I'm back up a little bit. Wendy called the police, and she has a caregiver named Gina Lisa Monterso. Call her Gina for short. Wendy calls her Gina for short. And so apparently when Wendy called the police, the facility that Wendy was staying at was like, no, 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 we got her. And Wendy and Gina were like, no, she needs an independent medical review, not from this facility, because the facility was like, we have nurses and we'll do this and that. And they kind of fought back and was like, no, she needs a independent medical review. So the police took her to the hospital where she underwent a series of stress tests and a capacity test. And according to Wendy and Gina again is the caregiver, Wendy passed the test. She got 10 out of 10 questions right. So Wendy and Gina called into the Breakfast Club for an interview. That's the radio show with Charlamagne tha God, Jesse Wu, and I forget the other gentleman's name. So they called. They called in, they kind of told what happened that morning and talked about getting that stress
DJ
test.
Envy. Sorry.
DJ Envy, thank you. And then what's the other young lady's name who's on there? I think she's on there when Jess isn't on there. If you remember, she used to be from TMZ. I forget what her name is. But if you remember.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Because that young lady was on there that morning, and she asked Wendy and Gina, she said she had heard that this test that Wendy took could not be admitted to the court as evidence, that Wendy was, in her right mind. And Gina was like, no, she got a 10 out of 10 on the capabilities test, and that can absolutely be admitted to the court as evidence. And it's also being reported that Wendy is going to be on The View this upcoming Friday, that she's going to have a phone interview on The View. Now, the judge in Wendy's guardianship case is not happy about this. Judge Lisa Sokoloff, she is reportedly furious. There was an email leaked that the judge sent to Wendy's legal team, and she was just like, why are you guys letting her do these interviews?
Wait, the judge wrote the attorney?
Yes. And the judge actually wants Wendy moved to moved to a new care facility with even more restrictions than she does now. So I'm guessing she doesn't want her to have like access to a phone. That's my guess. And the judge says, I've always contended that Wendy will be given the independence that she can handle. I question how well she handled the independence that has been given. And she also said in the email, tell your client that if she wants a jury, that she should refrain from trying to poison the jury pool. So I guess with all these interviews, the judge sees it as Wendy trying to poison the jury pool and get them on her side. So my question to you, Divas, is this judge being too harsh on Wendy? And does it sound like she's being held in a prison?
Well, I did hear, maybe
I was like, I know there's so much
on the
out.
Breakfast Club too. Like, I guess the judge wanted, I don't know, to clear the air about some of the stuff, or like when the conservator was like, I can't talk about stuff or whatever, and so the judge was like, okay, this is what is happening, but even like trying to say, she has access to leave and she can see her family whenever and blah blah blah. And Breakfast Club is like, but this is
No, she can't see them whenever.
that's what Breakfast Club was saying. But they were saying,
I'm sorry, did you say the judge called into the Breakfast Club?
No, the judge didn't call into the Breakfast Club. That I guess like the judge allowed, I guess, the conservator. I guess maybe like now she could talk about certain things, I guess,
or
something
I see,
to that effect.
Okay.
So that they gave this like statement that, we never, not that she was not in, I don't know how it came, but they're now saying we never said she was incompetent, which I was like, okay, wait a second, what are y'all doing? So it just seems like
they're going back and forth.
Yeah,
it's inconsistent information.
Why can't Wendy's family get her an attorney to fight for her? What is the issue?
That's what I'm trying to.
Using that money, he don't want her to come out.
No, her family, who's not in a conservatorship, put their money together, get Wendy an attorney. Like, what is the issue?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's how Brittany got free. An attorney got her out. Like, she finally got good aggressive representation. There needs to be a new judge. I don't like this judge. I'm done with this judge.
Yeah, the judge just seem a little biased right now. It's like, okay, would you trying to move her to a different facility? That seems a little fishy to me.
First, I want to say, Marnita, I think it's Lauren LaRosa who was there for Just Hilarious. I think that's
okay.
But is it sort of like that movie where you had the conservator in cahoots with the judge and like whatever? It feels like you said very, very fishy. But what I'm first of all, there are a couple of things like I find very just odd is the fact that just like Antri said, it's like, why isn't somebody a family member? But then there's this constant, like the family members are like trying to take her money. So like there's this back and forth between what family is for Wendy and who's not taking her money. Then I also saw a story where, you know, it was like the conservator called the police on her niece for taking her out to lunch, taking her out to dinner after she had approval, but said that she shouldn't leave the facility. But then after that, they were saying that, you know, she had to leave. She couldn't leave the facility without being escorted. And then there was video of them being escorted by an attendant and leaving, and the escort putting them in the Uber. And then the conservator said, oh, well, yes, she's allowed to leave. So I feel like in the media as well, there's so many conflicting stories in terms of what is supposed to be and what is not supposed to be. Can she leave when she wants to? Can she not leave? It's very confusing, very, very confusing.
Right, right. Because that's what I said. That was what was brought up on the Breakfast Club. Because the last time that we talked about this, that was which the reporter, which is that her goddaughter or something like this?
It's her niece. Her niece.
Oh,
her
yeah,
niece.
yeah,
The Breakfast Club person that
No,
went
I don't
to
think
her
so.
because she was like godmommy. But anyway,
Oh,
remember she
I think
tried
it's
to
just
go
like
there
saying
and they were
auntie.
not. Whatever. And remember she tried to call or whatever and get approval to go, and then they would not let her go in, right, to go visit Wendy at that time, right? But at this time on Breakfast Club, they were saying that, well, she's allowed to have visitors and she has all these amenities that she can use and da da da. And Breakfast Club was like, look, but Wendy just mentioned she got remember she even said it in her audio call to them that like she can't even leave her room unless they
like, yeah,
lock her
prisoners are
out.
allowed to have visitors and stuff. So that's basically it supports what she's saying. It's like she's in a luxury prison.
I
And
think
like,
Wendy can leave her room. She said that she doesn't like the other people,
Right. No, I didn't say she
people
can't leave.
who've lost their facilities, their faculties. I'm sorry, they
Right.
older people who've lost their faculties, and it freaks her out.
yeah.
So she stays in her room.
Yes. You're right.
I think
You're
she
right.
says
I
that's my
didn't say
cup of
that she
tea.
cannot get out. I said that she cannot freely herself say, "Hey, let me."
I want to go for a walk down
Yeah,
the
leave the
street.
premises per se.
She needs an attorney. Like I don't even get it. Like attorneys take cases pro bono for the publicity. Like Harvey Lemon, is that the TMZ guy's name? He was interviewing A$AP Rocky's attorney, who's the attorney of the moment right now. And that guy was saying he was considering taking Wendy's case. And I'm like, why are we just considering it? Like what? Like
Well, the consideration is if he's not gonna win, then he ain't considering it.
why would you not win? Like this is definitely a winnable case. Like this
Or
woman
so we
wants to be
believe. We don't
free.
know the intricate details of it. We just know.
Well,
somebody get out there and help Wendy.
A$AP Rocky,
help
they
Wendy.
thought A$AP Rocky was going to prison now.
I did
Right?
too. Sorry, A$AP. I thought you was gone. When
And
she
he's
said,
walking around free. So this guy doesn't need open and shut cases. I'm just saying somebody, like she needs representation. Stop doing these interviews. Get her representation.
well, maybe this is the catalyst, like to kind of push people to finally be like, look, all right, girl, I'm gonna help you. Like that, you know?
Girl, she's in trouble.
You know, it takes all of these talking interviews, da 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 da, for them to be like, okay, well, dang, people's gonna really start finding out. Maybe we got to do what's right and help her.
Like I said, it's like I try my hardest to follow to try to figure out, but then between the Guardian, Sabrina, whatever her name is, and then it's just like I'm confused, like the back and forth. There's just like no consistency, period. So it's kind of like at this point, like Antri said, just get the girl some help.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe this I mean, maybe this caregiver, because they in the story that I read, this caregiver Gina is not affiliated with the Guardian. And she seems to have with Wendy's best interests at heart. But I mean, we saw that special, or some of us watched some of it. She's got a lot of family, you know, the niece, the brother, the sons, father. Like, can't somebody, now that you can bring it up, Andres, I'm like, yeah, can't somebody get it together and call somebody?
Yeah, knock on doors. Say, hey, I'm
Call Ben Crump,
Wendy's
somebody.
niece, and we need some help. Like,
Yeah.
because high profile attorneys will take cases
Yeah.
for the publicity.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. I
We
totally
still
agree.
hearing Robert Kardashian's name in rap songs after he was on the OJ trial.
True that.
Not the junior, the senior.
Yeah. True that. Well, Wendy, we hope you do get help.
Well,
Yes.
entourage, if you know somebody, give them Wendy's contact information.
Give him that note. Help Wendy. It'll be interesting to see if she makes it to the View interview on this Friday, or if the judge has her swept away and where she's not able to reach a phone. Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
So
Because even when they were interviewing her before, she was just going on. It was just a little manic, a little, off. So
But I mean,
Oh,
Britney
come on, Joe,
Spears
help
is
Wendy.
clearly crazy, but she's free, and it's you can't
right. I do believe she shouldn't be in this type of situation. I do believe, she probably needs some assistance somehow, getting her, maybe making some decisions for her or something to that effect. But I don't believe she needs to be in this situation that she is at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we did the story on Wendy way back when that special, her special on Weed came out, there was a claim that the conservator was in cahoots with the judge. Kind of remembering that.
Yeah, that they have a lot of conservatorships.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Going on with those two.
Hashtag
Now-
free Wendy. Go ahead, Lava.
And they're saying, well, apparently, wasn't it also said like she was deemed like mentally capable?
Yeah,
In
she
the-
passed
in
10
this-
out of 10. She could
10
get
out of
all
10
10
questions. Yep. So
And some of those questions were hard. Like they said, one of them was like, what day is it? Fine. Who's the president? Fine. But the third question was, what year did World War I start? And I was like, what? Like,
all I know is I'd be like, all wars start in December. They all in the winter. I don't know why, but if y'all look at your history, they're all in the winter. December. Just pick.
No, what year, not what month.
But did she get it right?
She got 10
She
out
said
of
she
10.
got all 10 questions.
Oh,
Would have been in the
dang.
conservatorship because I was like, damn, I don't know what year that damn war started.
Back in the day.
I learned on TMZ tonight it was 1914.
Okay.
You
thank
know what? That's true. That's right. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it is right. But I'm just saying.
Wherever that
think about it.
situation
Yeah.
is 1914.
Yeah, so she got all 10 questions right, but the judge still doesn't think that she's competent. So, well,
And I'm wondering,
she's
does
side-eyeing
she
that
have?
judge.
You don't believe it now that she got 10 out of 10, but you believed it before when she, whatever quiz they gave her before or something like this. Like,
What's up with that judge?
I don't think she ever believed that she believed that she could handle the independence that she's given. And now she feels like she hasn't handled the independence that she's given well. So, you know what? This story is still developing. Like I said, we're going to see if Wendy makes it to the View. So viewers, divas, I invite you to keep this conversation going in the comments. Go ahead, drop some comments. If you heard something you want to make a comment on tonight, go ahead and drop some comments. If you see that View interview, if you see anything else going on with Wendy, go ahead, drop some comments. I'll be down there. I'll meet you down there in the comments. We'll keep this conversation going.
Maybe when she gets to the View, they'll do an SOS and do an intervention and just apprehend her.
Whoopi gonna free her.
right?
Whoopi Goldberg, Charlemagne, and Harvey Lemon, they should be able to get this lady an attorney. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's it for tonight. I forgot how we end this thing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop down in them comments, keep the conversation going. See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.